night, they can get it at £30, but
Yeah, I'll sort it out.
yeah,
I will ask him about it. I will
yeah.
definitely. Come on, Em. Let's go.
Oh,
Don't that intro go on forever? That intro.
it used to. I'm quite used to it now, and it's a nice piece of music. So yeah, I quite enjoy it.
Well, I'm trying to get like a 10-minute intro made.
10,
No,
10
no, no,
minutes.
no, no. Good evening, everybody, and yes, we are here again. I hope you enjoyed our chat earlier with the dentist nurse. That was a bit interesting, wasn't it?
Ooh,
Oh yes, we had a chat with a dentist nurse earlier.
fantastic.
Yes, yes, telling us all about all different things and about teeth and everything. So
Really
anyway,
look after your gums.
oh yes, you got to look after your gums. Yes,
Yeah, who
yeah,
knew, eh?
who knew it? Oh yes,
Mm.
and to look after our gums also, we've got some well, carbs is a difficult, isn't it? I was going to say we've got to have like, some good carbs. What a mistake. I want to talk about carbs tonight, if possible.
Yes, please. My favourite subject.
Right, okay. So, what I want to start with is this the truth about carbs, right? Now, it says here, right, about carbs. Some of them are dangerous, like because you got the starch, you got you got the starch, then you got the sugar, yeah,
Fructose.
yeah, you got everything. So the trouble is, though, you got to be so careful, ain't you, when you're
Yeah.
cooking. And what can we do about carbs?
Well, you need to know the difference between what everyone knows about sugar. There's no point in spending too much time talking about sugar because everybody knows you shouldn't consume too much sugar. Because what happens when you have sugar is it gets broken down and it gets absorbed into your blood. So your blood sugar rises, and anyone with diabetes 1 or 2 will know what that's all about. So your blood sugar rises, your body produces insulin to bring that blood sugar down, which is a life-saving mechanism. But if your blood sugar is rising a number of times a day, that's number one, that's going to cause inflammation. It's going to drain you of energy because when the body takes out the excess blood sugar, it can then leave you feeling tired of energy, deplete of energy. So anyone that's had a heavy lunch and then feels really snoozy, that is a fine example. And lots of brain fog as well. Because what happens is when the body draws the excess blood sugar out, the fact that you have insulin in your system also shuts down your fat stores. So your body has nowhere to get any energy from because the
Right.
blood sugar's been reduced, the fat stores are shut down. So that's why can get these really aggressive cravings for sugar. Again, that's your body saying you need to give me some sugar here because I've got none left in my blood. I can't
Yeah.
access any body fat for fuel. So it's
Yeah.
really important to not consume too much sugar frequently.
I
But
used to, I with sugar, I used to kind of like have it on anything. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
used to put like three lumps in my tea or my coffee, or
yeah,
if I've got to have cereal, it's got to be on my cereal.
yeah,
You know, or sometimes I used to have some fruit in a bowl, and I used to put sugar on it.
yeah, yeah. We knew, or sorry, we know now that we really shouldn't be having too much sugar in our diet. But the problem is what the nation, or most of the nation, doesn't realise is that grain-based products, so your healthy cereal, your healthier wholemeal bread, your healthy pasta, your brown rice, the effect is exactly the same as sugar.
Right. Okay.
And in fact, white bread is digested and absorbed quicker, or can be digested quicker than table sugar, because it's so refined, it's already ground down, it's so refined that your body absorbs it much, much quicker than actual sugar. So with a slice of white bread, your blood sugar can spike really quickly, more so than sugar. I mean,
Right.
I know the nation is told to consume whole grain this, whole grain that, brown. Fair enough. But at the end of the day, you've still got insulin in your system.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to. You didn't know nothing about this, but I'm going to test you now. Here we go. Answer that one.
What is it? What am I looking at? Across the bottom.
Yeah.
From a large part of our diet found in food, the others are fat and protein. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Carbohydrates are one of the three. It's absolutely true, but it's the quality of the carbohydrate. You can get carbohydrate from all of your veggies, all of your low fructose fruits as well. You don't need grain-based products.
So we don't need the grains. We don't need no grain at all.
No, they've only been in their diet for the last 10,000-ish years. And the problem is we're not built to digest that kind of food. And 10,000 years is not enough to evolve to build the ability to produce the enzymes which break those foods down.
But we get told to. We get told that.
Mm-hmm.
We get told to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So really, it's a no-no.
Yeah, ideally, yeah, those food products need to come dramatically reduced out of your way of eating. Because when you're eating cereal for breakfast, bang, and the cereal won't keep you full for very long. So you may be looking at a mid-morning snack of a low-calorie biscuit made with grain-based product, bang. Then you're looking at a lunch, a wholemeal bap. I mean, that's healthy, right? A wholemeal bap, bang. Mid-afternoon snack, because again, the whole grain, the floury thing, you know, it depends on what sort, but you know, that can be digested quite quickly and empty out your stomach, so you get hungry, so you turn to maybe another low-fat snack with grain-based product, bang. Evening meal, pasta, rice, bang.
I've got a message here from my radio site. It says here, hi. You're sharing about grain. How about bread?
Well, breads are made of grain-based products, so you've got that flour. So the grain, especially wheat, is ground down to make flour, and that goes into your bread. So that's a grain-based product.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I mean, this is something that, I mean, there's a lot of organisations. I work with the Public Health Collaboration, and they're driving this campaign for everyone to realise that grain-based products will raise your blood sugar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, this one here.
3 different types of carbohydrate found in food: sugar, starch, and fibre. That's true. Yeah, absolutely. Fibre is not digestible though, so fibre doesn't really count towards your carb count.
Damn. You always get me every time.
Oh, were you just about to ask me?
Yeah. You're so quick, you're so on the ball. But why? Because fibre is really in the same bracket as like cereal, if we eat cereal, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, the grain, if it still has its fibrous coating, it's that fibre that will help to bulk out your stools. Sorry to be a bit grim.
Yeah.
And help to keep things moving through your digestive system.
So really, then the fibre, then we just got to watch our fibre, have we?
Well, you can get all the fibre you need from vegetables alone. You don't need grains for the fibre content. You don't need grains for anything. You can get all of your nutrients from good quality proteins and low starchy veggies, because that's what we used to eat years and years ago. It's only for the last 10,000 or so years that we started to eat grain-based products, and they've got dietary toxins in them as well. And that's why a lot of people have Crohn's, IBS, autoimmune disorders, is because the toxin in the grain itself. Because a plant doesn't have any way of running away from its predator. So what vegetables, what plant-based foods do is they provide, or they create their own toxins. So if you eat it and get a bad belly, you won't eat that again.
Yeah. So,
but we're daft. We keep eating it again and again and again, and bloating
only because we get told different, don't we?
Yeah, we're told to consume grains for our health.
Yeah.
Crap.
But does the toxins actually go into our blood system?
Yep. What happens with the toxins is they can disrupt your gut bugs for a start. So if your gut bugs are disrupted, they can cause damage. The toxins can directly cause damage to your intestinal lining. And what happens is if your intestinal lining should be nice and tightly closed, but it can be damaged. So undigested particles and toxins leach into the blood system, and that's when it triggers the immune system. So anyone with an autoimmune disease, that's what's going on. You need to heal your gut first. IBS is an autoimmune.
Why I'm kind of like mentioning carbs tonight is, this is only about 30 minutes ago, because I never had anything. I looked on my emails earlier, and someone said to me, "Can you speak about carbs sometime?" It's lucky I checked my email, because people don't know what carbs are, and
Yeah. I mean, the best way, if anyone wanted to start reducing them, the best way to do that would be to replace your cereal with protein and fats in the morning. It's a really good time it's a really good meal to take that crap out, because what that means, when you get up in the morning, your blood sugar is already higher. You already have adequate sugar in your blood. And if you consume maybe eggs, bacon, omelets, anything, and with an omelet as well, you can chuck in bits of crunchy veg. You get some added fibre as well.
Oh, breakfast.
Yeah, for breakfast. So get rid of the cereal and toast. Get yourself scrambled eggs, boiled eggs, omelets, egg and bacon. There are loads of food. Don't forget, you don't need to just eat breakfast food at breakfast, but the morning meal is a really good time to get that stuff out of your meal.
Yeah, totally right. Yeah. Okay.
And what happens is your fat burning window then remains open for longer. So when you're asleep, you're in a fasted state. When you wake up in the morning, when you're in a fasted state, your body has access to your body fat. When you wake up in the morning, instead of having cereal, your fat burning window is open. So instead of having cereal slamming shut your fat stores, you keep your fat stores open. Then your body can get in there and start to use it. But as soon as you have cereal, bang.
Right, okay.
Toast, bang. It doesn't matter that it's wholemeal. Shut down. And that's where the quality matters more than the calorie. Because you can consume your daily intake in calories, but if all the while it's bad quality, bang. Bad quality, bang. No matter the calorie count, or the sins, or the hex A's and B's in.
Oh, please don't start me off.
I know.
You like winding me up.
Oh, Steve, I just can't bear it. I can't bear watching the people in these groups consuming foods that are going bang. If only they knew.
Do you know what I did this week? Started a new Twitter page up.
Oh my God. I wonder how long it'll be.
About next week, I reckon. Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've got another question yet. Where is it? Oh no, it's not a question yet. Here we go again. How much carbohydrate should we have?
Well, the government dietary guideline, I think, is about 300, but that is too much, far too much, because your body only has room to store about, how much is it again?
Did you say 300?
Yeah, about 300 grams a day. I'm
That's a
sure it
lot.
is.
That's a lot for someone, isn't it?
Not really. It soon adds up. Yeah, it soon adds up. Yeah, because your body only has a certain amount of room to store carbohydrate. As we all know, we've got unlimited space to store body fat.
Yeah.
So, but there's only a limited amount of room to store carbohydrate, and we're constantly filling our carbohydrate tanks right to the top. And what that means is when you have that sandwich for lunch, there's no room for that carbohydrate to go. So it has to go somewhere. And the only place it can go is to be stored as body fat. That's the problem. Eating a day's worth of carbohydrate, bang, full up. Start the next day, you fill it up, bang.
Yeah, it's really terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, so you have to bring those carbohydrate, those starchy ones, grains and grain-based, really, sugars and grains.
How do we bring them down?
Well, you need to replace them with something else. So, like I said, cereals, breakfast foods, that could be bacon and eggs, or a good quality, I was going to say sausage, but a lot of sausages have fillers in them, and that is grain-based, so bang. But eggs are really versatile. Full-fat yogurt and berries are great with nuts and seeds. There's lots of different choices. For lunchtime, I mean, fair enough, there's no doubt about it. Bread is really difficult to replicate because of the gluten in bread. You've got that lovely doughiness, but there are lots of nut breads that you can get, or some seeded, like flax wraps. So you can create a wrap. You can have nut and seed bread with maybe some mashed avocado or something like that. You know, there are ways of doing it, but it's not necessarily easy if you're new to it. I will say that. But if anyone wants help, they can just reach out, and I can help with that.
Yeah.
I've got a 5-day course which is completely free, and that comes with some recipes and a food list of what I like to call primary.
Gosh, you're giving it away. You are, aren't you?
I know, because I like to help as well.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about you.
Yeah, and there are alternatives to rice. There are alternatives to pasta. So it can be done, but it will mean making some changes without a doubt. But again, that's why you need to know your why.
You and your why.
I know.
Why?
You do.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I mean, I've got a friend that's just jumped on board with me, and she's been mulling it over for a while, but she wasn't ready. She's jumped on board and she's just lost a stone. And I think she's been working with me for 2 weeks, and she's lost a stone because she was determined.
Gosh.
Mm.
Okay. And why do we need our carbs?
Well, to be honest, you don't need carbohydrates. We can survive without carbohydrate because your body will metabolize your body fat into a fuel which is good enough to use. But you can't go from consuming carbs to not consuming carbs, because then you're in trouble, because your body needs time to build. Well, because if you're consuming carbs, your body is running on carbohydrates. If you take that away, you don't really have the machinery yet to just use body fat for fuel. You need to build that machinery over time.
Yeah, but don't that give us energy, a source of energy?
No, not if your body is fully fat adapted. Your body can convert fat into glucose, and the reason being because there's 3, let's call them globules, 3 globules of fat attached to one globule of glycerol, if I've got that right. And the glycerol can provide that little bit of carbohydrate your body may need, but you don't need to, because all the while you're burning body fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates, you're producing ketone bodies, and your brain will run off of the ketone bodies instead of glucose, and the rest of your body can run off your body fat quite easily once you are fat adapted. And that's a really crucial part, because a lot of people jump straight into keto and it goes horribly wrong, because they haven't had time to build that fat burning machinery, your cells, your mitochondria. You've got more carbohydrate burning cells. You need to take your time to build more fat burning cells. And once you've got more fat burning cells than carbohydrate burning cells, then you're on a roll.
Okay. Melissa wants to know calorie intake. How much calorie, or should I not take any calorie?
I think that should be carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as I said, the government guideline is about 300. It's more than we need. You can run on about 150 if you want to maintain your weight. But that 150 should ideally come from good quality, non-starchy veggies. So those are all the veggies that are grown above the ground, and low fructose fruits such as berries. So you can get your carbs that way as a means of bringing them down. You can get carbs by other means, but not the aggressive kind, not the aggressive ones that contain toxins that are really, really damaging.
And how about if you're diabetic then?
Well, you can control your diabetes if you're type 2. You can control your diabetes by reducing the amount of sugar and carbohydrate into your body, because when your body digests it and absorbs it, whether it's sugar or starch, it ends up as glucose. And that's why breads and pastas are so bad. At the end of the day, it's converted into glucose, and too much glucose in your blood sugar is a problem.
Right, okay. Richard wants to know, can protein and fat provide energy?
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. The protein is a last resort. Your body will choose to burn body fat first. Protein is the last resort.
Right, okay. So
Yeah.
what do you do? So the protein is more important though, isn't it, really?
It's important to get protein in. Everybody needs protein. It is an essential nutrient. Healthy fats are an essential nutrient. Carbohydrates are not essential.
Right,
This is a mistake.
Yeah.
They're great for vitamins and minerals. I'm talking like veggie carbs, vitamins, minerals, and fiber, but they're not essential for life. You can survive. If I never ate a gram of carbohydrate again, I would survive.
Yeah, because it says here, are carbs more filling than protein?
No, protein is the most filling nutrient because it takes such a long time and effort to break down. And then you've got fat, dietary fat. Again, that keeps you fuller for longer. So the low fat, low calorie crap, is really it's rubbish, because it doesn't keep you full for very long. So you're constantly on the search for food.
Right. Okay. And also we got here. Do carbs make you fat?
Yes, they're the worst. They're worse than actual dietary fat. Carbs can make you put the weight on, because, as I said, if your carbohydrate tanks are full up and there's nowhere for your body to store any more carbohydrate, it will get stored as body fat.
Right. Okay.
So yes, poor quality carbohydrates are the culprit for carrying excess weight. They are.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And how about what was the other question? Sorry, I got put off there.
That's all right.
Can cutting out wheat help me lose weight?
Yes. And wheat is really aggressive on your digestive system as well. So as nice as it may be, yeah, definitely take wheat out of your diet if you can. Certainly during your weight loss phase anyway. I mean, I eat bread, but I'm maintaining my weight and I don't have an issue with it.
So if we kind of like replace it from wheat? What can we replace it with?
Well, it depends what you're having. Like wheat pasta, you can easily replace pasta. Wheat bread, not so much, because it's very hard to replicate bread. Wheat crackers, you can easily replicate wheat crackers. Wheat wraps, you can easily replicate wheat wraps. Bread is the hardest thing to find an alternative for. It's one of the hardest things. I don't know of any nice kind of bread alternative. So when I'm on a roll, then I will make primal wraps, and I will have those instead, or I'll make primal crackers and have them.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else is it? Richard wants to know. I've been told that brown bread is better than white bread.
It's kind of swings and roundabouts, because brown bread will contain more dietary toxin, which will can disrupt your the health of your gut. And the white bread will raise your blood sugar quicker. So
Wow.
it swings and roundabouts. You know, if you know you have digestive issues, then I would say get on the white stuff. But the white stuff will raise your blood sugar much quicker. It won't keep you full for very long, because there'll be less dietary toxins in the white bread, because the bran, the fibre, has been stripped off.
Right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. You're just about to answer my next question, so you went over that. Yeah. So, I think the last couple of questions, guys, please.
A lot of questions this week, Steve. So it's obviously rattled quite a few people's.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did advertise it on the radio. So, what's the role of carbons in exercise?
What's the what? Sorry, Steve.
What's the role in carbons in for exercise? Hang on for a second.
Well, I think I can only guess. I mean, if you are exercising now on a heavy carbohydrate diet, you would really need to wean yourself down from those carbs and adjust your exercise to compensate. If anyone's watching this that wants to lose weight, the best exercise you can do is at a much lower level.
Yeah.
So as you're hot, sweaty, and slightly puffy, that's fat burning intensity. That's what you want to aim for. Because if you're working at an intensity which uses glucose, sugar, as a fuel, all that happens is when you finish exercising, your body will drive you to take in more sugar to replace the sugar that you've used, because it's limited. Your body knows you've only got a certain amount of carbohydrate storage available in your body. Your body wants you to use body fat for fuel.
Okay, we got a question here.
Okay. Protein, the most important thing? Yes, it is. I eat a tea plate of food. My meal mainly is meat or eggs. Fantastic. Also, protein will stop you feeling hungry. Spot on, Kathy. Absolutely spot on. Definitely. Yeah, protein and fat are your most satiating nutrients. So good quality protein, brilliant. And it does keep you fuller for longer, and it saves you reaching for snacks. Meat, eggs, fish are also good. Absolutely. See, Cassie's on the ball. She knows what she's doing. Just remember, anything that contains fat, once consumed, will turn to sugar. Not sure what that means, because I don't agree with that. The carbohydrate, the grains, the breads will get converted into sugar, but the proteins will break down, and they're your building blocks. So your body shuttle the protein to where it needs to go.
Yeah. What? It's Mummy. Oh, hello. All right, Mum.
Whose mum?
Mine.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my mum, yeah.
Is it really?
Well, it's Mummy that.
Didn't you know that was your mum when the message came up on the screen?
No.
So your mum's got it sussed then. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Actually, it's not my mum at all. What it is, Kathy does a lot of singing, and I wind her up. I go, can you sing this song for me, Mummy? And I've been winding her up.
Okay, I like that. That's funny.
Yeah,
Anything that contains fat will, no. The carbohydrate content of the food will get converted into glucose, but the fat will just be broken down and converted into triglycerides, and that's what's stored. So it's the carbohydrate that is the major problem, Kathy. But according to your plate, you're doing really well. It's the carbohydrate that's the culprit. And
yeah.
because our diets are very, very high in processed carbohydrate, cereals, baps, breads, wraps, biscuits, cakes, it's very, very high in processed, refined carbohydrates.
Yes, but Liz, when is the best time to eat carbs?
Later in the day, if you're going to have any, make sure they're later in the day. If you're going to have any at all, what you should, simply because if you guys watching or listening to you, if they suddenly cut out carbs, they're going to be in trouble. So if you want to start reducing the carbohydrates out of your diet, the morning meals are the best time to take the carbs away, because as I said, when you wake in the morning, your blood sugar is already higher to get you up to see you through the morning.
Liz, I've got
Yes.
something here. I've got a message here, and it says, so I'm just reading the emails on my other one.
All right.
Uh, Fiber is an important part of an healthy, balanced diet,
True.
and it says here it can promote good bowel health. But
Definitely.
can
Without
it?
a doubt.
Can
Yeah.
it? Or
Yeah, no, it can, because what happens is the fiber, it's got two things. The fiber forms the bulk of your number twos, and it helps to keep that moving along. Plus, the roughage of the fiber helps to pick up all bits and bobs that are lagging behind and clears it out. Yeah, and your gut bugs love fibers.
yeah,
Some
yeah.
fibers your gut bugs love. Some are completely undigestible, but your gut fibers feed off of. Your gut bugs feed off of fibers as well. Carbs are a bit worried. They are, Kathy. They're completely misunderstood, unfortunately. So your carbs ideally should be coming from those non or low starchy veggies that are grown above the ground. Even some potato and parsnips and things like that, turnips, they're still okay. But if you really want to accelerate your weight loss, then cut the starchy root tubers out as well. But yeah, carbs are worrying, Kathy, because we've been told the wrong thing. We're being told we need them in a healthy diet. Utter crap. No, we don't.
How about starchy foods? I've been told here.
Yeah, the veggies, I presume
Yeah,
that's what they mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're great. But if you want to reduce your weight, then ideally reduce the amount of starchy veggies as well. Again, save them for later on in the day for your evening meal.
Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Well, tell you what, that went past tonight.
Yeah, it did. Well, that's one of my favourite subjects because it's so misunderstood. It's the same with processed oils,
Yeah.
sunflower oil, rapeseed oil. Don't get me started on that one. Maybe we should make that one next week, Steve.
What about what? What about?
Processed oils,
Yeah. Good
sunflower
idea.
oil.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that next week.
Yeah.
Tune
Sunflower
in for
oil. Yeah.
that, guys. It might really open up your eyes.
Because I used to put a lot of oil in for my chips and stuff when I used to have chips, or what in the frying pan, and all sort.
Yeah, it's the wrong kind of oil. Very
How
damaging,
about?
and it
Uh,
can impair your weight loss as well. Even though it's a fat, it can impair your weight loss because it's. Anyway, we'll talk about that more next week.
yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for joining. I'll tell you what, a lot. Thank you for all the messages on my radio site. That was really good. Always interesting when Liz comes on. Try to get her out on things, but she always gets there before me.
Yeah,
Always, always.
little tinker.
Yeah, always gets there. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, if you need to know anything, contact Liz
Yeah,
via
just
all the
contact me. Just
yeah,
connect with
contact
me on Facebook. Just
yeah,
contact
yeah,
me on Facebook.
yeah,
Because I've got a
contact me on
free group
Facebook.
as well that people can jump in. I give all sorts away in that.
Yeah, she gives. Yeah, she says if you lose 20 stone in 1 month, she says she'll give you no, £1,000. I thought it was at all. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. And until later on, I'll see you guys later. And Liz, see you next week.
Yeah, bye everyone. Bye, Steve.
Bye. Take care. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks for everybody. And I'll be back around about 8:30 tonight with Scott Harrington. Until then, thank you very much. God bless. Bye bye.